Electric impacts. It's kind of a love and hate relationship with them, honestly. It's nothing like having an air power tool hooked up to 200 psi of air and being able to bust off anything, you know? These are quite capable, but to a certain extent. But they're definitely handy, and for the most part, they do an amazing job, you know? They do have their limitations, is the only thing. On these earthquakes, they still work great. I mean, you can see how worn they are. I've used this plenty. I've abused this. The batteries still hold or take a charge. Um, Never had any issues with the triggers on either one. This is the 3/8 version. This is the half-inch version. You guys have probably noticed the DeWalt's on a couple of my videos. Um, you know, I've had snap-ons. I've probably had just about all the brands. These impacts are indestructible, just about. If you're gonna use them, you know, not like a professional, then they'll probably last you forever, you know. I just beat on this all day non-stop, and they take the beating. So the batteries are outstanding. I was kind of disappointed at first when I realized that I was only getting the one battery when I bought it. It should have really came with two batteries, but really the one battery does a lot, and they charge quite quick. So you know, the sticker fell off of this battery. It's not charged. I haven't charged it, but they do charge up. This battery is probably, it just needs to be charged. They're pretty heavy. But they do have an outstanding amount of torque. They have probably bathed in coolant, diesel, oil, you name it. Everything's gotten on them. You know, I wipe them down with a rag, spray some brake cleaner on them, and just keep going. I don't think I've drowned any of this in any fluids. I think the ratchet fell in the oil ones. It definitely fell in the oil ones. In the I was doing an oil change on an 18-wheeler, and while it was draining, it fell. Not this one, the one I had prior. I wish I would have took a recording of that one. It looked in such an abuse shape. It's funny. Um, but yeah, this earthquake cordless set is solid. It's solid. The only thing I could complain about is maybe having the extra battery on both sets. It should come with that, you know. At least for me, maybe for the do-it-yourselfer or the occasional user, one battery should be more than enough. But there are times where maybe you haven't had the opportunity to charge the battery overnight, and you start a job and in the middle of the job the battery is dead, you know, you should be able to have another one and just pop it on and go, you know, not have to stop and wait for the thing to charge. You see the condition on the tip of this impact? They should definitely sell a booth like Snap-on does for their impacts. This prevents the impact from getting destroyed. This is gonna happen no matter how careful you are. If you're using it for a living, it's gonna get scratched. So it needs a nice booth to protect it. Harbor Freight needs to do that soon. I like them. I recommend them. Buy it. You won't regret it. If they still work after I've abused them, I'm pretty sure you'll get your money's worth too. All right.